get you one, gotta get you one. Handmaster Plus. Speed and strength, your best performance, a sign of things to come. Gotta get you one, gotta get you one. Gotta get you one, handmasterplus.com.
Hi and welcome to our demonstration video for Handmaster Plus. I'm going to go through the three main Handmaster Plus exercises right off the bat. Show you how to place the Handmaster Plus. The cord, of course, is going to be through the ball. I've got the medium product here, which is the red ball and the black cord. So always slip the thumb on first, and that'll go onto the base of the thumb. And the fingers will all go mid-knuckle, right onto that spot in between the knuckles on the fingers. So just insert the finger loops, and you can use the finger placement tabs, which are the extensions of the loops, which make it easier to place the finger loops. So very simply, our main exercise, which almost all people will be suggested to use, is to keep the wrist straight, keep the elbow supported against your rib cage, and simply squeeze against the ball for count of one, then open and spread for count of one. So I squeeze for count of one, open and spread for count of one. This is what the exercise looks like. Okay, very simply, nothing for the user to remember. You close the hand fully and you open the hand fully. The hand moves through its full, natural, three-dimensional ranges of motion, and that means long, lean tendons, balanced strength, as well as maximum circulation. And we're starting to see with our research that maximum circulation is extremely important. And I'll talk about that more in the instructions. So you do that, close, open, and spread, nothing to remember, full, complete exercise, and you just do that until you feel a comfortable fatigue, and then you remove the product. Now you reverse the orders. You take the fingers off first, and you take the thumb off last, and I'm all done. I'm now going to demonstrate the exercise that we do to strengthen the entire lateral forearm. Lateral forearm is very important because when we use our hands in gripping, these muscles will contract statically to support the grip. So no matter what I'm doing in sports, music, in the workplace, in hobby, this is very, very important because over time when I'm gripping things, we build very static muscles on the outside of our arms. So that's why we see so much imbalance at the elbow, a lot of tennis elbow, a lot of golfer's elbow, medial epicondylitis, as opposed to lateral epicondylitis. I'm going to show you how we train this area properly. I can use Handmaster Plus to do a really complete exercise that can be done anytime. I've got the ball on. Of course, the cords are on the base of the thumb and mid-knuckle on all the fingers. I'm going to keep my wrist straight. I'm going to keep my elbow supported against my rib cage. Very simply, I'm going to start. This is a three-stage exercise. I start by squeezing the ball for count of one. You'll notice on step two, I'm going to keep the thumb on the ball. I'm going to extend the fingers for a count of one, and then I'm going to extend the wrist backwards for a count of one. So it's going to look like this. Squeeze for count of one, extend the fingers for a count of one, keeping the thumb on the ball, extend the wrist for a count of one. Squeeze, 2, 3, squeeze, 2, 3. I'm going to keep it going like that, and that's what the exercise looks like. You can see, I'm going to rotate as we do this. You can see now that I am strengthening the finger extensors as well as the wrist extensors, which make up that whole lateral forearm. Okay? So it's an easy exercise to strengthen that and balance that whole lateral forearm. We're starting to see as we do more tests on the product that the blood flow that this creates is essential for that lateral forearm and lateral elbow. Okay? Once you feel a comfortable fatigue, which usually won't take too long, you just take the product off. Okay? And take the fingers off first and the thumb off last, and you're all done the lateral forearm exercise. I'm going to quickly demonstrate the fingertip grip exercise. I have the Handmaster Plus on. The thumb is on the base of the thumb. The fingers are mid-knuckle on the fingers. Very simply, I'm going to keep the wrist straight. I'm going to keep the elbow supported against the rib cage. That just relaxes the shoulder. And what I'm going to do, it's going to look very similar to our first main exercise, but on this one, I'm only going to use the fingertips to squeeze. So you'll see, I'm going to just rotate a little bit to show you that. Okay? Squeeze at the fingertips, open and spread with the fingers. Squeeze at the fingertips, open and spread with the fingers. Just digging the fingertips in here. Okay? It's a little bit different than grabbing with the whole fingers. We use the fingertips, squeeze them in, open and spread. Squeeze, open and spread. So the exercise looks like this. It's a very difficult exercise, and you'll see that for climbers, guitar players, people that use their fingertips, this is going to be a great exercise. You'll notice that we don't just squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, because the mechanics of the fingers to squeeze with the tips are to squeeze, open and spread. So whenever I grip something, not only are the fingertips, the flexor muscles that control the fingertips working, but you can also see these extensor muscles are working in unison. It's a co-contraction to support a finger grip. That's why I want to squeeze with the fingertips, open and spread. That way these muscles go through their full range of motion. They keep healthy and strong over time, and you're going to see that's going to really strengthen the fingertips. Okay? So that's this exercise. I'm rotating again. Fingertips contract onto it, open and spread to support the stabilizing muscles that will support the fingertips. Squeeze for one, open and spread. You'll see it won't take you long to get tired on this one until you get trained for a while. You might be able to go for 30 seconds to a minute. And once I feel a comfortable fatigue, I'm going to take the product off. Fingers go off first, and the thumb goes off last. And I'm all done. I feel that blood flow through the whole hand, wrist, forearm, and elbow on both sides. It's a very complete exercise. And now when I'm doing anything with the fingertips, I know that I've strengthened my stabilizer muscles properly, and over time I'm going to have better function, better stamina, a better consistency, and I'm not going to have those injuries over time because I've trained the muscles that support as well as the muscles that contract the fingertips. I've separated the Handmaster ball from the Handmaster cord. I'm going to go through a couple of quick exercises. Firstly, if I just want to train the finger extensor muscles, which we get these questions from athletic trainers and therapists all the time, it's fine to do. A lot of times we want to just leave the flexor muscles alone. I want to show you a couple things about it. Very simply, the cord still goes in the base of the thumb, and the fingers still go mid-knuckle on the finger. That's the basic position we want you to start with. If you want to take to the fingertips, that's more of an advanced move. We want to make sure you start this way. The big thing we want to do is to take this central expansion in the cord and move it into the middle of the palm, just so the mechanics are proper in the way that we developed Handmaster Plus. We want the vectors of resistance to be accurate for the hand. So just hold that with your opposite hand. You can hook the finger in, and then just very simply open and spread. Squeeze, open and spread. Always remember to open and spread. Okay? So the main thing to remember if we're going to isolate the finger extensor and spreading muscles is to make sure we hold the finger cord expansion into the middle of the palm. Okay, and the exercise looks like this. Okay, and you're going to notice that will really stimulate all the extensor and spreading muscles of the hand and stimulate really nice blood flow. Very good for the radial nerve as well. If I want to isolate thumb extension, I'll show you how you can do that very easily. You place, to begin with, the thumb loop on the base of the thumb. And what I like to do is there's two options. You can either just take the rest of the cord, the finger loops, and hold them over here and do your thumb extension, just like this, or it's pretty easy to pull it, grab it, and hold like this and do your thumb extension. Okay? So that's very simple. If I want to move the loop to the distal phalanx, of course that's no problem as well. I'm holding the same way. The exercise looks the same, and we can isolate some different mechanics if needed. This is an instruction video for Handmaster Plus to isolate finger flexion. Okay, to start right off the bat, I want to say that I'm not a big fan of just doing finger flexion exercises. I would prefer to see the Handmaster cord and ball used together, because mechanically the finger extensor muscles on the back of the hand are key stabilizers to grip. So whenever I grip something, if I want to do finger isolation, I would like to see the extensor muscles equally trained. That's just part of the kinetic chain. If you do want to do finger isolation exercises with Handmaster Plus, here's how. Okay, I'll come a little closer. You can take the ball individually. You see the cord is not with the ball right now. I can just hold this product in my hand, and I'm just going to grab, you'll see that we're using the volcano, what we call the volcano expansion of the ball, to come in with the fingers individually and squeeze into there, okay? And that can do finger isolation. Again, in the long term, I'd like to see finger isolation, finger flexion with the cords. But if you want to do finger isolation this way, it's very easy. If you're a guitar player or a climber, or you really demand that fingertip pressure, you'll see that the lips of this volcano expansion create a great place to grab in that's very similar to the real activity. Hi, let's demonstrate some more exercises you can do with the Handmaster ball removed. The cords have been removed. I'm going to show you one thing that we do use this for, and that is for opposition. Okay, I'm going to put the ball in the narrow form. If I want narrow opposition, I can squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. That's going to provide a nice exercise for opposition. If I want to do wide opposition, I just rotate the ball, and it's just a little bit different mechanics. Hi, I want to demonstrate some more exercises you can do by using the Handmaster ball alone. You see the cord has been removed. I'm going to demonstrate pinch grip. This is something very important in rehabilitation, but also in strengthening and testing. So you'll see that we have the volcano openings on the top and the bottom. What we'll do is we'll have the person just grab into there and pinch and pinch. And I'll call this a narrow pinch exercise. And if we want to, and if what we're looking for is a wider pinch, of course we can take the ball itself, train our pinch. Hi, I'm going to demonstrate today a unique exercise using the Handmaster Plus hand exercise system, and it's called a Spider-Man exercise. The reason we do this exercise is that if so many activities that we're doing daily require our body to be in a non-neutral position. And what I mean by that is, take for example, the most common activity is just being at a computer, say a desk job. I'm sitting flexed, my fingers are pronated, and I'm typing. Okay, and a lot of us do this. A lot of us are writing, a lot of us are sending emails, things like this. If we do it chronically, we start to create a lot of finger imbalance and pronation imbalance. And the simple exercise that I want to just have people to be preventative about this, or if your therapist wants to consider doing it for a rehab for, say, a carpal tunnel situation, or any kind of situation at the finger, thumb, carpal tunnel, wrist, or elbow, this is a highly recommended ergonomic exercise. So I'm going to show you what it is. You're going to very simply, just like the normal Handmaster exercise, you're going to squeeze against the ball, And this time now, I'm going to extend the arm and supinate. Okay? So squeeze for one, extend the arm, extend the wrist, and supinate. So it's like the Spider-Man move where Spider-Man would shoot the web. And what we do is we're able to extend the arm and supinate. So supinating is opening and rotating the opposite of pronating. Okay? If we're pronated to do our desk work, we want to just strengthen the supinators too. So that imbalance, how the forearm rotates, does not get out of balance as well. Okay? So again, I'll demonstrate it. Squeeze for count of 1. We extend the arm, extend the wrist, and supinate. Okay? And squeeze. You'll see that I'm opening and rotating the opposite of pronation. Okay? So that's what it looks like. Hi, this is an introduction to another one of our advanced exercises for Handmaster Plus. This particular exercise is for the hands, wrists, forearms, and elbows, and particularly for those participants in sports, music, workplace that demands pronation and supination with grip. This is very important because these applications, if somebody is gripping regularly, turning and rotating, that can cause a lot of static response for the muscles that are stabilizer muscles. These are your finger extensors and wrist extensors. Once they become static under pressure, and we are also pronating and supinating, they're easily injured. So we want to make sure that you're trained properly for these particular endeavors. Okay, so to start the exercise, I'm going to extend the elbows. I'm going to squeeze against the ball, open and spread the fingers, extend the wrist back, pronate, supinate, squeeze, extend the fingers, extend the wrist, pronate, supinate. Okay? Squeeze, extend the fingers, extend the wrist, pronate, supinate, squeeze, extend the fingers, extend the wrist, pronate, supinate. Okay? Squeeze. So it's a very simple exercise. Once you get the coordination of it, you're going to see that it's going to very much stress all of the finger extensors and the wrist extensors. Extend the fingers, extend the wrist, pronate, supinate. Okay? You just do that exercise until you feel a comfortable fatigue, and that should take you 30 seconds to a minute, unless you're getting very good at the exercise and getting very strong. I'm going to demonstrate a fantastic exercise for the hands and wrists, and it's called a Handmaster Figure 8 exercise. Again, thumb is first going to go on the base of the thumb. Fingers are going to go mid-knuckle on all of the fingers. Very simply, what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze against the ball as normal. I'm going to open and spread as normal. That's going to create the resistance across the wrist. Okay? And now I'm going to make a figure 8 motion. Like that. Squeeze, open, figure 8. Squeeze, open, figure 8. Squeeze, open, figure 8. Okay? And that's the basic exercise. You'll see it's quite easy to do, but quite challenging. And now all of a sudden we're going to get all the forearm muscles in as well as the finger muscles. This is great for the wrist, great for the forearms. If you want to, you can squeeze, open, 2 figure 8s. Squeeze, open, 2 figure 8s. Squeeze, open. Okay, so once you feel a comfortable fatigue, you take the product off. What you're going to see here is that it is such a complete exercise, and the blood flow, the muscle stimulation you're going to feel is so complete in such a short time. This next exercise that I'm going to show you for Handmaster Plus hand exercise system is a game changer. This is an exercise perfectly applicable to anybody that is sitting at the desk a lot, does a lot of sitting and playing like a musician, anything that we're becoming a little bit more sedentary that we'd like to, but we still have to get our work done. What I find is when we extrapolate these types of habits, daily habits, we end up with some really tough problems. And this is one way where we can maintain the wellness, or if we are feeling some symptoms, this is some way that we can start to address, start to improve our posture and improve our lymphatic drainage and our circulation. The exercise is called a PLC exercise, and what that deals with is posture, lymph, and circulation. This exercise, because we are taking the hands through their full natural range of motion, we're starting to move the shoulders into positions that oppose the repetitive postures, we can make a big change in our health and our fitness and our performance. I'm going to show you this exercise seated, but you can easily do the exercise standing as well. 3-step exercise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze the ball, open and spread, lift the arms. Okay? Squeeze the ball, spread the arms. Squeeze the ball, rotate my arms backwards, and my palms are going to be pointed upward. Okay? So again, squeeze, open and spread the fingers, point the palms forward. Squeeze, open and spread the fingers, point the palms forward. Squeeze, open and spread the fingers, rotate externally, and point the hands as far back as you can, level, just like you're giving somebody the ball. So squeeze, here's what it looks like. Squeeze for one, raise, squeeze, spread, squeeze, rotate, hands palm up. Okay? So what we're doing through this is not only are we stimulating maximum circulation to the tips of the fingers, all the way to the hand, wrist, and elbow, and now we're starting to get the shoulders into the exercise. Okay? What's going to happen is this is going to offset the daily routine of pronating and having your shoulders forward. We always do all our activities in the office with in front of us, never behind us. So we're going to stimulate some action from the opposing muscles so we can get you balance and beautiful blood flow, beautiful lymph drainage. Okay, and that's the exercise. Simple as that. Shouldn't take you any more than 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're ready to get back to your work or your hobby or your routine. Okay, so now I'm done the PLC exercise, and again that refers to posture, lymph, and circulation. Absolutely vital for your health, absolutely vital for your continued performance, and absolutely vital if we're going to eliminate these chronic repetitive flexion imbalances that happen when we have our hands forward and our forearms pronated. We just have a tendency to come and be stuck into a flexion and pronated and flexion with the fingers situation. Okay? That exercise is going to be so easy to do. Yes, it requires 2 product. It's going to be worth your while. It's going to maintain your health even if you're in the office or even if you're doing a lot of sitting during the day. We have to do something to offset this. This is such a super easy exercise. Let me explain what happens as far as your lymph drainage goes. Now, we've talked a lot about Handmaster Plus. The 9 muscles that close the hands have to be balanced with these 9 muscles that open the hand, okay, and those are in the back. Most people understand that quite well. If you don't, check out our videos. We've got lots of information. So inherent in this exercise, you're going to take a break during work and you are going to train those finger muscles fully and properly. What that does itself, because the Handmaster Plus allows this to now be a modern exercise, now we're going to stimulate maximum blood flow. Okay, and you can look at our studies on our website, handmasterplus.com. Go to Studies, Thermography, and you'll see how we bring blood flow right out to the extremities. Blood flow is what brings nutrients and oxygen out to all of your tissues. If we stay with this standard repetitive gripping something, you're going to see that eventually the muscles become shortened and the blood flow becomes very, very limited over time, especially chronically. So modern exercise with Handmaster Plus brings maximum blood flow now. Okay, if I'm using my body, my brain is aware of that and says, we better open up the blood flow. we better make the drainage of the veins and the lymph system efficient. So that's how your body responds to proper full range of motion resistance. What does the lymph system do? It takes away, one of its big responsibilities is it's like a sewage system. It takes away waste and toxins. If we can do this regular exercise to not only help our posture and our circulation, but we can also stimulate that lymphatic drainage, which improves the sewer system of your whole body. That might sound a little dramatic, but as we're starting to see the circulation change from full range of motion hand exercise, we are going to see improvements in how that lymph drains through the lymphatic ducts and out of your body, and we are going to see maximum health, maximum performance. Try this exercise. I hope that all of you bring it into your daily routine.
Handmaster Plus, #1 for strength and balance. Fingers, hands, and thumbs. Gotta get you one, gotta get you one. Handmaster Plus. Speed and strength, your best performance. A sign of things to come. Gotta get you one, gotta get you one. Gotta get you one, Handmaster Plus.